When you're defending yourself with a stick or a baton or any kind of implement, this could be a broom handle, it's imperative to leave enough room at the bottom for your hand, another hand, and that's because you can use it as a counterweight to help generate speed. When you're going to strike, you're going to open and close your hand. Before you strike, you leave it on your shoulder. So when you're defending yourself, your elbow goes up, your weapon is here, whether it's a stick or a baton, could be a long flashlight, whatever this is, you leave it resting. So when someone's threatening you, or multiple aggressors are threatening you, and they have a weapon, individual has a weapon, or multiple people, or if the person is much larger than you, and they are threatening you, they have intent to harm you. They've said something and they're showing you that they intend to harm you or someone else. This is the only time you can use a weapon to defend your life or lives of others. Your life must be in imminent danger from great bodily harm, something you did not create. So that means you have to be the defender. So when you're defending yourself, it's imperative you don't waste energy by holding the weapon up. If you hold the weapon up, even if you're doing this, you're wasting energy. This will actually cost you later, since you may have to defend yourself against multiple aggressors. Even if you start off with just one person, if you're wasting your energy, you're decreasing your survivability. So rest the weapon, let it rest on your shoulder. You should only hold the weapon like this, whether it's a stick, flashlight, or a baton, if you are trying to scare them away and they're being overtly aggressive. So if people are filming you and that part of the other person is not being overtly aggressive, this will make it look like you're threatening the person with the weapon. So it's imperative not to carry it this way. You would carry it covertly. To carry it covertly, you would invert it so it's not visible from the front and it would be behind you. So here, although it's behind your shoulder, it's not visible from the front. And that means that when you're actually going to use it to defend your life against someone who is deciding to attack you, at that moment, you can then invert and use it in a reverse grip or strike forward to defend your life. You can also use it to block if they were kicking, or if they're punching, you use it to block and strike their arms as they're coming forward. So these are several ways to block. Blocking this way if the impact was coming this way, blocking across and striking simultaneously. But you should never use a weapon unless your life's in imminent danger, if the person is much larger than you, or it's multiple aggressors, or if the individual that's attacking you has a weapon. So holding it reverse grip, holding it forward grip, or holding it two hands is how you're able to defend yourself in very simple ways. So when you're holding it with two hands, one hand is down and one hand is up. So you wouldn't want to have both hands this way, down, or you wouldn't want to have both hands this way. You don't want one up and one down. And a simple way to protect yourself from here, if they're attacking you, is to take the bottom of the weapon and strike directly forward into their face if it's serious. If they're just approaching you and you don't want to hurt them, you can use this against the sternum, striking them in the chest, backing them away from you. If your life's in danger and there's multiple aggressors, the places to strike are the eyes, the throat, the groin. These are the most important areas to strike. You wouldn't want to strike in the arms and legs on the side unless you don't want to injure them. And that means that person would represent a less than harmful threat to you. So you should only be using a weapon if your life's in danger. So in that case, you'd be deciding to not use force that can seriously harm people. And there are ways to use that, and we'll show that in other videos. When you're holding a baton or a broom handle or a stick, you hold it here so you don't waste your energy. When you're going to strike, you're going to open and close your hand. So this arm is bent. This is called your V-shield again. This V-shield protects your baton. So when you're here, when the person tries to come forward to attack and you don't want to use your baton yet, or your stick or your long flashlight, you use your elbow here to back them off or to move them as you go forward with your baton. You can also use this arm to deflect them, to move them to the side, and then decide to use your baton in different ways. These are options you have. So this baton is protected by my elbow or here. So here, you're able to keep people back them away from you. Or if it's in reverse grip here, that means that it's behind, it's not visible. And from here, you're able to still defend yourself, keeping your elbow here to back them away from you if they try to rush you. But remember, don't go forward. Do not attack people unless they're already attacking you. This is imperative so that you can decrease your likelihood of being considered the aggressor, therefore decreasing your likelihood of making trouble for your life. We want you to defend yourself, but also do it legally. So remember to try to back away, avoid conflict, and call 911 as soon as possible, either before the incident, during, or after. As soon as you can, make sure you call police first. Therefore, you can increase your likelihood of survivability, both physically and legally. These are intelligent options to increase your survivability.